Welcome, skaters and skaters, to another episode of Gary Responds. How you doing? I'm here to read your comments from this week's episode. Ryan Raposa says, Winter James, forehead though. You mean like 9 heads? I think shit like this. 2 rows of sky and then hairline creeping in the back of his head. He's got a big ass forehead, but he rips. Ezra Bankhead says, Gary, how do you feel about the Supreme team and all the hype beasts who buy Supreme and don't skate? I've almost put them so far out of it. Like, as far as the team goes, they're my niggas. Like, I know Nog and all those dudes, but as far as like that whole shit is going, like, I've like been like, okay, that's not this anymore. I'm sorry, so, niggas, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's not skateboarding. It's just fashion. Skate Mayhem says, Gary, do you watch porn? There's a cow moo. Dale Dubesack says, style or skill? Think about like a guy with a crazy trick selection that doesn't have a lot of style, but he like almost has style. Like, that guy's sick. But then there's just like those guys with too much style, like so fucking steez, and they're just doing their simple shit. You know, I would always choose both. Hopefully both pops up, and then that's the guy, because one or the other, you know, it's hard. Ishboo101 says, when Leticia gonna show her ass again? I mean, everybody's waiting. Just go on the Insta, it's gonna pop up. I feel like she actually did take a lot of those photos off because she was doing like the Nickelodeon thing. They didn't want kids that were finding her to be like, who's this awesome lady? Oh, mom. Liam Walsh says, Gary, you ever have a really wet fart and you have to check if you shit yourself, but you didn't and your ass feels comfortable the whole day? I mean, on many occasions, those farts where you just have to run into a corner and be like, dude, what was that? That happens to the best of us. Adam King, KXNG, you literally said in Gary Responds that Tony sucks. Now you're saying all this. That's personal. He unfollowed me a long time ago. I'm upset with Tony Hawk. That's probably why I made those words. I thought we weren't friends. But even through that, like, to watch him still 900, you like put your differences aside and you go, wow, Tony Hawk just 900. So you gotta pay your respects. And then, you know, I talk my shit. Because it's still honest, like, why'd you unfollow me, Tony? I hope you watch this episode, my nigga. We could talk about it. Antonio Barrocio says, when is your next mixtape coming out? It's coming. It'll be there, okay? All right, I got you. William Hu Deshelle says, my friend told me that Antwuan Dixon's part from Baker 3 was the shittiest part he has ever seen, and that's Antwuan's style. Suck nuts. What should I do? He also backs Nike and Cons. Well, obviously you wanted to be on Gary Responds because none of that could have ever happened in the course of life. Antwuan Dixon's style sucking in Baker 3. What the fuck you thought this was? Joshua Ruiz says, Snow White and the Huntsman. Did not watch that. I don't care. And I can't find my way around it. I've looked around. I was like, oh, this looks epic. Matthew Lee says, I'm a Nike SB wearing, Mongo pushing, Zoomy shopping, corporate supporting poser. Just kidding. Fuck corporate. Shout out to Pinole Skaters. Shout out to Pinole. You guys get it. You and your friends understand this life. Zach Olson says, who has better trades, Antwuan or Stefan Janaz? Antwuan Dixon. I only wanted to read that just so I got your comment, but I knew my answer when I started reading Antwuan Dixon. Huda Samir says, hey Gary, how do you feel if skating was in the Olympics? Also, who would you put in the US team? Okay, let's keep going. Jose Vega said, when I skate a lot, my armpits smell like weed. What do I do? Nigga, shower. That's just must. Clean yourself. That's what you should do. You know what? Before you shower though, there's these links you can click on. And then you have to shower because you smell like shit.